Welcome back to NaturalOne, the cubicle of the D&D creator space. Functional, uninspiring, and occasionally gives you a headache. We're back to doing what we do best, cramming beloved characters into the 5e rule set, whether they like it or not. Today, we're tearing open the doors of Pandora to bring you Krieg, the psycho from Borderlands. You know the guy, an unpredictable, chain axe wielding maniac with a penchant for yelling at literally everything and a habit of blowing things up just because. If you like your D&D with a side of screaming maniac and accidental heroics, have I got a build for you.
This hurts my brain. Too many icons.
Time to slot Krieg, the Psycho of Pandora, into D&D 5e before he decides your dice are a part of the loot pool. Starting off with a 15 in strength, because Krieg doesn't lift things, he obliterates them. Cars, bandits, loot chests, nothing survives the buzz axe. This is pure bloodlust in action. Melee mania amplified by sheer psychotic energy. Every swing is a murder ballad with explosions. Next, a 14 in Constitution. Borderlands psychos survive fire, rockets, acid, and betrayal, sometimes all at once. Krieg's health pool is basically fueled by mania itself. Plus, Hellborn rage when the fire starts licking his armor. Bullet sponge? Check. Self-immolating chaos machine? Double check. A 13 in dexterity reflects Krieg's weirdly coordinated chaos. Between dodging skags, leaping from exploding barrels, and occasionally flipping his own body into someone's face for maximum damage, he's unpredictable and slightly terrifying. This is Mania's release the beast in mechanical terms. Reckless movement that somehow works. 12 in wisdom is his Hellborn sense. Krieg's intuition guides him through the firestorm, alerting him to ambushes, gunfire, or loot drops about to explode. Not strategy exactly, but borderline supernatural survival instincts that keep him on the battlefield long enough to scream at everyone. Charisma sits at a 10. Krieg doesn't do charm. He does intimidation, yelling, and terrifying monologues. If your party enjoys chaotic leadership or just wants someone to scream at for fun, Krieg's your guy. This is the social embodiment of shout first, explain never. Finally, intelligence sits at an 8. Krieg is not a thinker. He's a doer. Smash, scream, set things on fire, repeat. Skill trees exist to maximize insanity, not calculus. If your party needs someone to read a tome or write a report, Krieg will probably bite it. But if you need someone to leap off a cliff while screaming explosions, well, he's practically overqualified.
It's over, idiot. You're gonna die here and now, and the last words out of your mouth will have been Krieg train.
Krieg's a variant human, because honestly, did you expect anything less? We bump up his strength to 16 and constitution to 15. Because if you're going to survive the wastelands of Pandora while wielding a buzz axe and screaming at hyper-aggressive psychos, you're going to need to be a tanky demolition expert. For his feat, we're going with Tavern Brawler, which adds another +1 to Constitution to make it a 16. Because Krieg didn't survive by being subtle. He survived by swinging first and asking questions never. And for his extra skill, Insight of course, because even a screaming maniac can sometimes read a person. Or at least figure out when they're about to die. Krieg's background is Outlander, because the wastelands of Pandora didn't make themselves hospitable. Athletics and survival are perfect for everything, from climbing the side of a cliff while holding a rocket launcher, to navigating an irradiated canyon full of psychos. Krieg didn't get by through finesse, he got by through sheer rage, stubbornness, and occasionally horrifying creativity.
I can't stop it. I can't stop the killing. And I don't want to!
Kicking things off at level 1 with a dive into Barbarian. Because let's be real, Krieg doesn't just stroll into a fight. He dives in screaming. Rage gives him that all-consuming psycho energy, letting him tear into anything unfortunate enough to be nearby. Unarmored defense keeps him surprisingly resilient while he's going full meat shield. And for skills, perception makes sure he notices opportunities to smash things, while intimidation, well, it helps when your mere presence makes people question all their life choices. Level 2 turns up the danger die. With Reckless Attack, Krieg basically announces to the world, I dare you to hit me first. And Danger Sense makes sure the universe doesn't quite get to follow through every time. He's a whirlwind of fists, axes, and occasional explosions. And now, he's harder to take down while doing it. Level 3 is where Krieg embraces the full psycho lifestyle. We're going to take him down the berserker path, giving him frenzy that lets him attack with no regard for self-preservation. This guy doesn't need a plan, he is the plan. Hit, scream, and repeat. And Primal Knowledge gives him proficiency in animal handling, because, there are animals in Pandora. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. By level 4, we're throwing an ability score improvement, pumping that strength to 18. Krieg just got a little meaner, a little faster, and a lot better at wrecking stuff. Level 5, and Krieg's officially terrifying. Extra attack lets him chain swings and stabs like a man possessed, while fast movement means he can close the distance to whatever's unlucky enough to catch his eye. Don't blink. If you do, you might miss the entire fight. At level 6, Krieg unlocks Mindless Rage, which basically means he can throw himself into the fray without worrying about being distracted by minor details like tactics or self-preservation. The guy is pure psycho, charging headlong into anything that moves while ignoring most mental snares. Focus is for losers after all. Level 7 brings Feral Instinct, giving Krieg that terrifying sixth sense for danger and the ability to act first when combat erupts. Instinctive Pounce lets him close the gap with a bound, turning every battlefield into his personal stomping ground. If there's a bad guy standing somewhere, he's already on top of them before they even realize it. Level 8 rolls around, and we hit another ability score improvement, this time pushing Constitution up to 18. Krieg's already hard to stop, and now he's practically a walking tank of psycho fury. By level 9, Brutal Critical ensures that every hit has a chance to rip through armor, flesh, and sanity alike. The more chaos he spreads, the better he gets at making each swing count. Level 10 turns up the Theatrical Terror. Intimidating Presence lets Krieg scare the life out of anyone unfortunate enough to be near him, while another Primal Knowledge skill in Nature reflects his strange bond with the violent, lawless landscapes of Pandora. Between screaming, swinging, and exploding, he's officially the psycho the bandits whisper about at night. Level 11 is where Krieg hits Relentless Rage, which is basically, I refuse to die until something absolutely, unimaginably bad happens. He can keep swinging, charging, and screaming no matter what the enemies throw at him, because giving up is for people with functioning frontal lobes. At level 12, we grab another ability score improvement, sneaking a +1 to Dexterity and Wisdom, boosting them to 14 and 13 respectively. It might feel a little weird for a guy who mostly swings axes and screams, but think about it. Sometimes I want a multi-class and this is what I gotta do to get there. Just deal with it.
But the blood is in my eyes, and now I can only watch the ocean of blood. Its waves crash against my forehead again and again, and I just need to learn how to surf!
Level 13 is our dip into Fighter. Krieg picks up the Great Weapon fighting style to make those swings even more devastating, and Second Wind to patch himself up mid-frenzy. Because sometimes, even psychos need a little TLC. Level 14 brings Action Surge. Let him go full on everything dies now mode. One moment he's raging, the next he's essentially doubled down on chaos in a single heartbeat. By level 15, Krieg continues his fighter journey with Champion. Improved critical means he's already terrifying hits have an even higher chance to land devastatingly. Every swing, every chain axe chop, every gunshot. Crit City, baby. Especially good if your crits were just buffed a few levels ago. Chaos just got more consistent. Level 16 is where Krieg really leans into the I don't care about consequences playstyle with Great Weapon Master. Suddenly, every swing could either obliterate someone or also obliterate something nearby. Risky? Sure. Fun? Absolutely. Level 17 is the start of the Blood Hunter multiclass. See, I told you we needed that wisdom buff. Thank God for the alternate multiclassing rule. Imagine having a smart Krieg. Anyways, Krieg picks up Hunter's Bane, Blood Maledict, and Blood Curse, specifically marked. Now, he marks a target, channels his inner chaos, and the battlefield becomes his personal screaming playground. Adding acrobatics here is just him flinging himself into danger with style. Or what passes for style in a man covered in scars and adrenaline. At level 18, he hits second level of Blood Hunter and gains the archery fighting style. Why? Because sometimes even a chain axe wielding psycho needs options. Like guns. I mean, it's sort of what Borderlands is built on after all. Plus, we can finally unlock his elemental weapons with Crimson Right choosing Flame, turning whatever weapon he chooses into a literal fire hazard, because subtlety has never been Krieg's strong suit. Level 19 brings the mutant archetype. Mutagens like celerity, potency, rapidity, and embers make him faster, stronger, and more unpredictable than a psycho hopped up on 99% pure adrenaline. Plus fire resistance, so that's good, I guess. Basically, Krieg is now the embodiment of Borderlands chaos. Finally, level 20. Krieg caps it off with a Blood Hunter ability score improvement, a +2 in dexterity, raising it to 16. He's faster, more precise, and still terrifying. Add that to his already monstrous combo of rage, weapon mastery, blood magic, and mutagens, and you have a character who doesn't just enter the fight, he dominates it while screaming every step of the way.
Somebody open me up and put out the fire in my belly. Put it out with knives and bullets and strangling, or I will eat your nephews.
Let's face it, Krieg isn't subtle, he's not polite, and he definitely doesn't take notes in the How to Be a Hero handbook. But damn, if he isn't effective. He's a living chaos engine. Krieg thrives in the middle of battle. With extra attack, frenzy, action surge, rage, great weapon master, right damage, brutal critical, and improved critical, you're looking at 5 melee attacks in a turn, dealing massive damage, all while he's screaming like a banshee in a wind tunnel. He's an unstoppable tank-ish, kind of. With unarmored defense, high constitution, and rage to absorb hits, Krieg can take punishment that would make lesser psychos wail in terror. Plus, Danger Sense and Feral Instinct give him uncanny survivability, letting him dodge what he actually cares about and eat what he doesn't. He's also got some versatile madness. Between Fighter's Action Surge, 2 different fighting styles, good dex and strength, the Blood Hunter mutagens, and the Crimson Right, Krieg can shift from up-close chaos to mid-range danger on a whim. He's unpredictable, he's dangerous, and he keeps players, enemies, and himself guessing. That doesn't even mention his mutagen mastery. Krieg's Blood Hunter mutagens give him situational bonuses that can adjust to whatever the fight demands, boosting speed, strength, dexterity, or even giving him fire resistance. He can optimize for almost any scenario without changing gear. Even the most chain axe happy psychos have their flaws. Here's where Krieg's brand of chaos starts to backfire. I know we just praised the mutagens, but they backfire. All that Crimson Right and mutagen action sounds awesome until you realize Krieg is basically stabbing himself for fun. Pain equals power, sure, but also screams, occasional fire, and sometimes vomiting. He's not just a threat to the enemies, he's a threat to himself as well. And this build does not include the brain. Krieg's intelligence and wisdom aren't exactly top tier, and that's before the mutagens make them even worse. Strategy? Tactics? Reading a map? Forget it! If it doesn't involve screaming, punching, or flinging explosives, he probably isn't interested. Your party might need to plan around him rather than with him. Also, I want to emphasize, you are a wanted man. Krieg's bounty clocks in at a jaw-dropping $100 billion. No actual crimes listed, just a sticky note saying property of Hyperion. But wait, his quick change headboard I want to be wanted cites indecent exposure. So basically, you're simultaneously a corporate asset, a legally questionable nudist, and an absolute psycho. Good luck explaining that to the local sheriffs, and to your DM. And that's a wrap on Krieg, the psycho who makes bandits, bullets, and poor life choices all look like a casual Tuesday on Pandora. If you had fun watching us shove this screaming, axe-wielding grenade into D&D 5e, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Probably the only way to survive an afternoon rampage through the Caustic Caverns. Drop a comment letting us know how we did, which other Vault Hunters you want to brutally 5e-fied next, or just scream into the void like Krieg himself. And if you're still trying to juggle Frenzy, Crimson Rites, Mutagens, and the $100 billion Hyperion bounty for indecent exposure, relax. You can grab this build and all our other builds for free on Patreon. Because some chaos deserves to be contagious. Alright, that's enough explosion, screaming, and questionable sanity for one day. So until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side.
And whatever you do, do not scream the word poop at the top of your lungs. I'm the conductor of the poop train!